Headquartered in Bradford, Pennsylvania, B&T Building Services is a family-owned business that specializes in commercial and industrial facility maintenance. B&T Building Services can provide you with trained team members and technicians who provide essential services to promote healthy, safe, and clean environments. Our primary services include routine cleaning and concrete coatings for commercial and industrial facilities. Give us a call today at 814-368-7199.
Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center is Western PA in Western New York's #1 destination for Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Simplicity, Coyote tractors, and Echo Power equipment. Visit them on the web at jimcoastsales.com. That's JIMCOAST sales.com. Like them on Facebook or call them at 814-817-6565. That's 814-817-6565. That's Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closeslumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973. Located at 1 South Main Street in Eldred, Taylor and Armstrong Contracting has great people who will do a fantastic job paving and sealing driveways. We do paving and sealing of driveways as well as parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give us a call today at 814-225-3328.
At Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, we believe banking should be the way it has been since we first opened our doors over 150 years ago. That means a focus on old-fashioned customer service with a friendly smile by people who know you by name. At Hamlin Bank and Trust, we offer a variety of financial and trust services to help you on a personal and professional level. Check us out online at hamlinbank.com or stop in at one of our locations in Smethport, Mount Jewett, Kane, Bradford, Eldred, or Olean, New York. Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, the bank that takes care of its customers.
Hamlin Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Powered by Taylor Armstrong Contracting. Taylor Armstrong is proud to serve the Eldred and surrounding communities with friendly faces you know by name. We do paving, sealing your driveway and parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give them a call today at 814-225-3328. This is District 9 Class 2A semifinal basketball action.
Headquartered in Bradford, Pennsylvania, B&T Building Services is a family-owned business that specializes in commercial and industrial facility maintenance. B&T Building Services can provide you with trained team members and technicians who provide essential services to promote healthy, safe, and clean environments. Our primary services include routine cleaning and concrete coatings for commercial and industrial facilities. Give us a call today at 814-368-7199.
Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center is Western PA in Western New York's #1 destination for Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Simplicity, Coyote tractors, and Echo Power equipment. Visit them on the web at jimcoastsales.com. That's JIMCOAST sales.com. Like them on Facebook or call them at 814-817-6565. That's 814-817-6565. That's Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closeslumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973. Located at 1 South Main Street in Eldred, Taylor and Armstrong Contracting has great people who will do a fantastic job paving and sealing driveways. We do paving and sealing of driveways as well as parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give us a call today at 814-225-3328.
At Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, we believe banking should be the way it has been since we first opened our doors over 150 years ago. That means a focus on old-fashioned customer service with a friendly smile by people who know you by name. At Hamlin Bank and Trust, we offer a variety of financial and trust services to help you on a personal and professional level. Check us out online at hamlinbank.com or stop in at one of our locations in Smethport, Mount Jewett, Kane, Bradford, Eldred, or Olean, New York. Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, the bank that takes care of its customers.
Hamlin Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
All right, folks, I think we are good to go now. Back at Tip and Jim. Chris Rossetti here alongside Jess Quinn, getting you ready for high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network, D9and10sports.com, powered by Taylor Armstrong Contracting. Taylor Armstrong is proud to serve Eldred and the surrounding communities with friendly faces you know by name. We do paving and sealing of driveway and parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give them a call today at 814-225-3328. That's 814-225-3328. Jess, we've got a good one here. This is a District 9 2A semifinal game between Ridgway and Otto-Eldred, the 4 seed. The Ridgway Elkers check in with a record of 17 wins and 7 losses. Otto-Eldred comes in at 22-1, the number 1 seed.
You know what, Chris? I'm really excited to do this game. We did a DCC Otto-Eldred game, and I tell you what a fast-paced game that was. But what a tale of 2 completely different teams tonight, Chris, and it's very, very interesting to see who is going to impose their will on the other and who's going to take control of this game from the onset.
You talk about differences in styles. Ridgway, they come in, they average in the 40s, and the Otto-Eldred leading the district in scoring at 64.7 points a game. Maybe the most striking stat to me, Jess, if you divide the total points in a game by that both teams score, Ridgway's games average like right around 2.3 points a game. Otto-Eldred's is 3.1. Now that might not sound great, but multiply that by 32 minutes. That's 32 points more per game in a game that Otto-Eldred plays than a game in which Ridgway plays.
Right.
That is a big deal. That is a large difference in the styles. And the question is going to be, who gets to play the style of basketball they want to play tonight?
You know what? That's a big question, Chris, and that obviously is huge. When I was coaching the boys at Clarion, we ran into Ridgway 2 years in a row. With their defense, it is so incredibly hard to push the pace. They are so disciplined. They're so disciplined on the defensive glass. They get the rebound right away. If you get a shot off, you get one, and that's it. And they dominate the defensive glass. So then they come down and they slow the pace. They don't care, Chris, if they score 30 points a game. They don't care if they'll win a game 20-19 if they have to. On the other hand, we're looking at a very athletic, incredibly athletic Otto-Eldred team who loves to get the rebound and get out and run, with guys like Francis and Splain, guys that we saw when we did that game, Chris, with DCC. Boy, they want to get out and run. And I'll tell you what, if Otto-Eldred gets out and runs, Ridgway could be in trouble. However, I would really like to see what Otto-Eldred can do in the half-court set against this very, very good Ridgway defense.
No question, Jess. That's going to be the real interesting aspect of this game. Which team gets to play the way they want to play? Both teams under the direction of first-year head coaches, but experienced first-year head coaches. Derek Francis at Otto-Eldred. He was the assistant last year for Steve Bell when they made their run into the state playoffs. And Eric Herzing takes over for Tony Allegretto, the longtime, very successful coach at Ridgway. But he was an assistant coach under Tony for a long time. And Tony's still helping him out at times this year. And it's still Ridgway the way you know of Ridgway. And they replace guys, and they just keep finding ways.
They do, Chris. And it's the defensive discipline that we always talk about. It's the good footwork. It's being spot. It's knowing. It's almost like a chess game. Let's say it that way. They're 2 or 3 steps ahead on defense and what you want to do on offense. So they're in position. When ball arrives at a certain spot, they're already there to defend it, and that's what makes them so very good. Like I said, Otto-Eldred, boy, are they athletic. They want to run. They can shoot. They can do it all. So this is going to be a very, very interesting matchup.
It will be, and we're going to step aside. Thanks some more of our sponsors. When we get back, we'll get Jess's keys to the game. You're watching high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Taylor and Armstrong Contracting. Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com. Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed. Welcome back to Tip and Jim here on high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Taylor and Armstrong Contracting. We're inside the Freedom Investment Management pregame show. For all your financial needs, go to freedomwealthcoach.com. This is the Rehab Center broadcast booth high above the court here at Tip and Jim today. The Rehab Center, chiropractors caring for health. The rehabcenters.com, Old English spelling of centers, RES. Game stream is always brought to you by the computer guru of Leaper. Drive to the game as short as it was for me today. Brought to you by the Warren Tire Center, warrentirecenter.com. It's now time for our All-American Awards and Engraving. Keys to the game, All-American Awards and Engraving. We'll put almost anything on almost everything, allamericanhq.com. And for the keys of the game, we turn to Jess Quinn.
I tell you what, Chris, it's something that we've talked about, all pregame. Right now, it's just two completely contrasting styles of basketball. One wants to slow it down. One wants to get in the muck and mire. One wants to hold the ball a minute and a half, literally until they score, and then come back and play completely ball-controlled defense. Keep you on the perimeter. Don't let you in the paint. Don't let you shoot. So it's going to be very, very interesting. On the other hand, that was Ridgway. On the other hand, Chris, we have Otto-Eldred, and all they want to do is fly. They want to fly, sitting in their half-court set, which they can do, but they're better when they're out and running. So it really, really is. Who is going to impose their will on the other? And I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I've been since the time the brackets came out. I think you and I talked extensively about what would it be like to see this this matchup here, and what would it entail, and just because they are so different, and it is about which team can control what they want to do when they want to do it, and it should be an interesting battle.
I tell you what, Chris, I'm watching. I'm thinking about this. If whoever controls the rebounds is going to control this game, and what I mean by that is, if Otto can control the glass and get out and run the way they want to, it won't give Ridgway an opportunity to set up.
Yeah, no question, Jess. And I think that's going to be a real key to that game is again, because if Otto, and I think the other thing is can Otto pressure Ridgway into some turnovers?
Yes, and we saw that when they're at their best, when they're pressuring, when they're putting the pressure on the ball, getting turnovers, scoring quickly in transition. That's their bread and butter. Also rebounding, getting out and pushing the pace with Francis, running the point.
Does the larger court here, college court, does it favor one team or another?
To be honest, I really think that if they can do it, it favors Otto-Eldred. Because if they can get out and want to run this big court, spread out Ridgway's defense, I think it really benefits them. But you know what? That's why they got to play the game, and we're going to find out here in a few minutes.
Jess, we're going to step aside. We're going to thank our sponsors one last time. When we get back, it'll be time for the starting lineups, the Team Menard starting lineups.
Headquartered in Bradford, Pennsylvania, B&T Building Services is a family-owned business that specializes in commercial and industrial facility maintenance. B&T Building Services can provide you with trained team members and technicians who provide essential services to promote healthy, safe, and clean environments. Our primary services include routine cleaning and concrete coatings for commercial and industrial facilities. Give us a call today at 814-368-7199.
Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center is Western PA in Western New York's #1 destination for Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Simplicity, Coyote tractors, and Echo Power equipment. Visit them on the web at jimcoastsales.com. That's JIMCOAST sales.com. Like them on Facebook or call them at 814-817-6565. That's 814-817-6565. That's Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973. Located at 1 South Main Street in Eldred, Taylor and Armstrong Contracting has great people who will do a fantastic job paving and sealing driveways. We do paving and sealing of driveways as well as parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give us a call today at 814-225-3328.
At Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, we believe banking should be the way it has been since we first opened our doors over 150 years ago. That means a focus on old-fashioned customer service with a friendly smile by people who know you by name. At Hamlin Bank and Trust, we offer a variety of financial and trust services to help you on a personal and professional level. Check us out online at hamlinbank.com or stop in at one of our locations in Smethport, Mount Jewett, Kane, Bradford, Eldred, or Olean, New York. Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, the bank that takes care of its customers.
Hamlin Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Back here at Tip and Jim, getting ready for our starting lineups, brought to you by Team Menard in Bradford, your sporting good headquarters for all uniform type of stuff, screen printing and stuff. TeamMenard.com, M-I-N-A-R-D. So Eric Gustafson, Aaron Sorg.
At guard, number 14, Eric Panabianco. At guard, number 32, Jack Benninger.
And Alex Merritt for Ridgway, and head coach Eric Erzing. That's Gustafson, Gustafson, Sorg, Panabianco, Benninger, and Merritt. Now for the...
And now the starting lineups for Otto-Eldred.
Team Menard. Otto-Eldred starting line. Manning Splain.
At guard, number 2, Austin Cousins.
Austin Cousins back in the lineup.
Also at guard, number 3, Landon Francis.
Landon Francis, the super sophomore.
At forward, number 4, Brax Caldwell.
Brax Caldwell, who has really come on second half of the season for Otto-Eldred.
Number 12, Sheen Thomas.
Sheen Thomas. Again, those are your Team Menard
Head coach of the
screen printing and embroidery starting lineup.
Yes,
Team Menard is here for all your custom apparel needs. They offer custom screen printing and embroidery for t-shirts, polos, hats, totes, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more. Contact them today. Find out more at teammenard.com.
I tell you what, Chris, I'm sitting there and it's what a lift to have Austin Cousins back for Otto. We saw him go down with a pretty bad ankle injury just a few weeks ago against DCC. So it's great for them to have, to have Austin Cousins
he came back
in
in that quarterfinal game,
Right.
Jess, and hit 5 3-pointers.
That's incredible. What a lift.
That just
Yep.
tells you how important he is to what they want to do.
Absolutely.
So that'll do it for our Freedom Investment Management pregame show. It's now time for the B&T Building Services first quarter. B&T Building Services is a family-owned business that specializes in commercial and industrial facility maintenance. B&T Building Services can provide you with a trained team members of technicians who provide essential services to promote healthy, safe, clean environments. Give them a call today at 814-368-7199. Again, want to thank our name sponsor, Taylor and Armstrong Contracting. Proud to serve the Eldred and surrounding communities with friendly faces known by name. That is Taylor and Armstrong Contracting. So it'll be Thomas jumping here against Merritt, and Otto-Eldred wins the tip.
I tell you what, Ridgway, Chris, already in their tight man-to-man defense.
Splain with it, goes into Francis. Francis turns. Francis jumper blocked by Merritt. Gets his own rebound, though. Now he's trapped. Finds Caldwell, and Caldwell puts it up and in.
And look at Otto, Chris, right into their half-court trap, three-quarter court trap. This is what we talked about early in the game, Chris. Can Otto-Eldred turn over Ridgway? Can they handle that pressure?
Sorg hands it to Penianco. Ridgway wants to take its time. We know that. Here's Merritt with it. Merritt's going to go back to Sorg. Now over to Merritt. Merritt picked up by Sheen Thomas. They go inside to Merritt. That was Benninger who gave it to Merritt, and then Merritt misses the shot. I apologize. I had the 30s mixed up there for a second.
And I'll tell you what, Chris, that's a very nice pass. They need to hit that shot, Ridgway does.
Splain all the way to the hoop. Goes in and out. No good. Rebounded, though, by Thomas. Thomas puts it up. He'll be fouled. And he will go to the Tonesta Builder Supply free throw line to shoot a pair.
That was on number 4, Aaron Sorg, his first. I said that in sync with Coach Cadis down there, Dave Cadis on the announcement.
So Thomas's first shot is up and good.
Sheen Thomas in the line for the Terrors. 1 shot remaining.
Thomas will get a second shot here. That shot is also good. So Thomas hits 2 from the Tonesta Builder Supply free throw line. Full court press again, put on by Otto.
They got to get to the ball at the center of the court, Chris.
Getting it across is Benninger. Benninger's going to lose it out of bounds, though. Just lost the handle.
And there it is. Right now, people don't realize a press doesn't have to, you don't have to steal it and get out and get a layup. All you need to do is create that turnover, Chris. And that's exactly what Otto-Eldred did just then.
Francis across the timeline. Brings it to Splain, now to Thomas. Thomas goes into Caldwell. Caldwell back out to Francis, now into Splain. Splain drives the lane. Second time he's not been able to get that. And then whose ball is this?
I think it's going to stay Otto-Eldred.
Yeah.
I didn't see a signal right away, though.
No, I did not. But it will be Otto-Eldred basketball. Dave Wright, Roger Walter, and Jamie Evans on the game. With it is Austin Cousins. Francis. London Francis. God, what a pass to Sheen Thomas for 2.
Boy, was that a great look. Thomas, they made eye contact. Thomas cut back door, and Francis found him. What a great job.
Munchies and Duke Center assist. And now with the steal is
that Max Splain?
No, that's Manning Splain.
Manning Splain.
And now Francis quickly to the back. He can't get it to go. Rebound by Caldwell. And now we're going to get a held ball, and on the Pizza Hut possession arrow, it will be Ridgway basketball. 6-0. I only had 5 up on the board, Jess. Benninger will try to bring it across the timeline for Ridgway. He does. Hands it off to Merritt, now to Gustafson, now to Panabianco. That wasn't Gustafson, that was Sword.
I tell you what, Chris, I really like their patience bringing it across. They're reversing the ball nicely, and that's what opens up the court on that three-quarter court press.
Sorg with a great pass inside to Benninger. Benninger lays it up and in.
And that's what Ridgway's got to do. Just relax, get right back in. They're not out of the game by any means at all. Just settle down, run your offense, and that was a very, very nice play there.
Here's Thomas. Thomas hands it back to Splain. Splain goes to Cousins. Cousins now to Francis. Francis to Splain. Splain finds Cousins. Cousins from the range of...
Wow, that was from the men's
It was.
college
That
line.
is a Hamlin Bank, put it in the bank, three-pointer. HamlinBank.com.
That was a very, very nice shot. And Chris, he didn't even hesitate. As soon as he caught it, he was pulling the trigger.
Here's Sword. Sword soars to the rack for the layup.
And I tell you what people don't realize is, Otto-Eldred isn't, just because Ridgway, broke the press right there, they're not going to pull away from it. They're going to keep it on.
Cousins thought about another one from the NCAA line. Instead, hands it off to Landon Francis. Francis to Thomas. And now we're going to get an offensive. No, we're getting a walk.
Travel. Yeah, he traveled.
It's going to lead us into immediate timeout, Jeff. We'll take it with him. You're watching high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Taylor and Armstrong Contracting.
Headquartered in Bradford, Pennsylvania, B&T Building Services is a family-owned business that specializes in commercial and industrial facility maintenance. B&T Building Services can provide you with trained team members and technicians who provide essential services to promote healthy, safe, and clean environments. Our primary services include routine cleaning and concrete coatings for commercial and industrial facilities. Give us a call today at 814-368-7199.
Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center is Western PA in Western New York's #1 destination for Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Simplicity, Coyote tractors, and Echo Power equipment. Visit them on the web at jimcoastsales.com. That's JIMCOAST sales.com. Like them on Facebook or call them at 814-817-6565. That's 814-817-6565. That's Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center.
Back here after that Rixford Well Bar and Grill media timeout. Rixford Bar and Well Bar and Grill located in Rixford, PA, part of Otto Township. Like Rixford Bar and Grill on Facebook at Rixford Well.
Now we're in a half-court set. Ridgway being patient as usual. Nice cut.
Sorg with a great cut there for the basket.
Very patient. Nice cut. Came off the screen high. Cut right down the lane. Nice dish.
Francis with it for Otto. Francis. Oh, what a pass inside to Caldwell. That's another Munchies assist.
And I tell you what, Caldwell came up to set the screen. As soon as he set the screen, he took off. Took off back door, and there was nobody there on the backside for Ridgway, Chris.
And a Bianco hands it off to Sorg. Sorg looks around. Sorg will get it to Benninger. Benninger off to Panabianco. Now to Gustafson. Now back to Panabianco. Now back to Benninger. And now Benninger's going to hold it out there. Now finally Sheen Thomas comes out to pick him up. Good job there by Caldwell picking up the screen. Here's Gustafson. Gustafson gives it to Merritt. Merritt hands it off to Sorg. Sorg kind of tucked it like a football, then gave it to Panabianco. Gives it back to Panabianco now. Ridgway being patient. Here's Panabianco. Jumper. Oh, that's nothing but net.
Boy, what a great job right there. Ridgway just so very, very patient, Chris. And that's what we talked in the pregame. Very, very patient. Got a really, really nice shot off there.
Francis looks things over. Francis, he's going to take a deep three, and he airballed it. And then the rebound goes off of Merritt, out of bounds. It'll remain Otto-Eldred basketball. You wonder if the lines are confusing people again.
You know what,
Jess?
Chris? We talked about that before, and I think they are. I really do. I love the fact that they're playing on the floor. What a great facility to play in. But sometimes I think it does play into their psyche. They think they got to be behind the line, and they're 18 inches behind the high school 3 line, maybe 2 feet almost.
Yeah. Here's Thomas. And it's tough because it's the gold line. You got the 2 white, obviously for college. College court, you're going to have that. And then you have the gold line for the high school. So the white stands out much better even if you're a player, I imagine.
I think it would just gain your attention more.
Here's Thomas for 3. No good. Rebounded, though, by Caldwell. His putback is there.
Wow, that was an athletic move right there because he kind of reached around a guy. Didn't reach over him, didn't go through him, didn't foul him, Chris. Got the rebound and put back.
Now, Otto did take off the press that time, Jess.
They did, and I saw that coming out of the timeout. They took the press off. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe to save some energy, Chris. I'm not sure.
Here's Sorg. Sorg is going to get fouled, I do believe.
That was on Francis. He did that little reach around when Sorg went by him and tried to get the tip, but got a little bit more of the arm than he did the ball, Chris.
Team foul number 1.
Here's Merritt up and in.
And right now it's 13-10, Chris. This is exactly what Ridgway wants. They don't want to let Otto get out and run. Play it nice and slow.
Francis gives it off to Thomas. Thomas goes back to Francis.
1 minute remaining in the quarter. 1 minute.
Now we're getting another foul here. We're going to get a hold on, I do believe, Gustafson. It is.
Foul shot number 3 for Ridgway. Eric Gustafson. That's his first team foul, number 2.
Francis with the basketball.
Kind of interesting here, Chris. And you're looking at Otto. I think they're just they're waiting around. They're going to score the last shot here.
Cousins, deep 3-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Benninger.
And I tell you what, Ridgway is going to hold for the last shot.
No question there.
There is I'm not going out on a limb by any means on that one, Chris.
Get into the hands of Panabianco. Splain comes out. Now Benninger hands it off, gets it. Has a little trouble with the dribble, but he's going to pick it back up. Down to 13 to play. Benninger looks. Benninger inside. Oh, nice interception there by Caldwell. 5 seconds. Up to Cousins. Cousins to Thomas. Thomas with 1. Thomas makes 1 too many passes. And the quarter comes to an end.
Go ahead, Chris. I was just going to say, I think Thomas may regret that a little bit. But look at the score, Chris. 13-10. It's a little more than what Ridgway wanted, but we're good.
The end of a quarter, 13-10. You're watching Taylor and Armstrong Contracting High School Basketball on the YDL Sports Network.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closeslumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973.
At Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, we believe banking should be the way it has been since we first opened our doors over 150 years ago. That means a focus on old-fashioned customer service with a friendly smile by people who know you by name. At Hamlin Bank and Trust, we offer a variety of financial and trust services to help you on a personal and professional level. Check us out online at hamlinbank.com or stop in at one of our locations in Smethport, Mount Jewett, Kane, Bradford, Eldred, or Olean, New York. Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, the bank that takes care of its customers.
Hamlin Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Here ready for the Jim Coast Sales and Service second quarter. On the Pizza Hut possession arrow, it is Otto-Eldred basketball. Jim Coast Sales and Service, family owned and operated and conveniently located in Duke Center. Jim Coast Sales and Service can provide you with the latest and best in power sports products to make your outdoor living enjoyable. Francis, Thomas, Cousins, Splain, and Caldwell, the starting 5 on the team. Menard, lineups for Otto-Eldred, teammenard.com. We'll get you Ridgways here in a second. Francis is going to take the Hamlin Bank three, and he buries it. Put it in the bank with a Hamlin Bank three-pointer.
And I tell you what, Chris, he was just as far out as what he was before. At first one, he was a little bit short. He airballed it a little bit. That one was right on the money.
So Jack Benninger is out there with a nice pass to Sorg, who again soars to the rack.
I tell you what, Otto-Eldred better get a handle on that play right there, because that's twice now he's been wide open going to the rack.
So it's Gustafson, Sorg, Benninger, Panabianco, and Merritt, the starting five here for Ridgway on the Team Menard lineups. That quarter break brought to you by Rixwell Bar and Grill, in Rixford, PA. Rixford Bar and Grill. They have wings every Tuesday and Wednesday, fish on Fridays at the Rixford Bar and Grill. Now we're going to get a charge called on Francis, and that's 2 on him.
You know what, Chris? I'm looking through the lens here of the camera. I didn't know if the kid from Ridgway slid over to take that, but it looked like Francis had already left his feet. By the time he leaves his feet, if you slide under him, that's a blocking foul on you, not on Francis.
So that's big. That's 2 on Landon Francis now.
And
not even a minute into the second quarter.
Yeah, and he's going to have to back off on defense.
And now Sorg again. He's got 8.
8 of the 14 for Ridgway right there. Otto-Eldred is going to have to come up with an answer for him, Chris.
Francis has it. Francis gives it off to Splain, back to Francis. Now to Cousins, now to Thomas. Thomas back to Francis. Francis thought about the three, instead gives it to Thomas. Thomas in the lane. Nice move.
Boy, was that a nice floater there with the left hand. Very nice. Right on the PSAC sign, Chris.
Max Splain getting ready to check in for Otto. I wonder if he's coming in for Landon Francis.
I would think so.
Benninger with it. Benninger gives it to Merritt. Merritt's going to take a deep three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Thomas. He hands it off to Landon Francis, who will slow it across the timeline. Now he makes a move. Gets it to Thomas. Gets it back to Francis. Now back to Thomas. Now to Splain. That's Manning Splain. Manning Splain hands it off to Francis. Now back to Manning Splain. And now playing a little bit of Ridgway ball here is Otto. They're saying, okay, you want to play like this? We'll play like this with the 4-point lead. Now there's a three-pointer by Splain. No good. Rebounded by Caldwell. Put back up. Brax Caldwell having himself a first half.
And I tell you what, that's one of the things, one of the keys that we talked about, Chris. Can Otto-Eldred, dominate on the glass? And so far, Caldwell is having a nice game.
So Benninger will bring it across the timeline. Gives it off to Sorg. Now to Gustafson. Eric Gustafson goes inside to Merritt. Merritt picked up by Caldwell. Block shot by Caldwell. And the rebound goes out of bounds. It will be Otto-Eldred basketball. And now Francis will check out and Max Splain will check in.
I wonder what kind of pressure they're going to put on Max Splain now that Francis
they're
is checked out.
They're definitely coming out in a form of pressure here, Jazz.
Number 10, Jackson Kilpack.
Looks like a man-to-man, full court pressure here.
Jackson Kilpack will check in. Team Menard substitution. All your apparel needs. Team Menard in Bradford, teammenard.com. Get it to Cousins. He has it knocked away, but into the hands of Thomas. Now things settle down a little bit as they hand it off to Manning Splain. Manning Splain goes in, and now we're going to get a touch foul here on it's going to be on Kilpack, who just came in, and that's a media timeout. We'll take it. You're watching Taylor and Armstrong Contracting high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network.
Located at 1 South Main Street in Eldred, Taylor & Armstrong Contracting has great people who will do a fantastic job paving and sealing driveways. We do paving and sealing of driveways as well as parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give us a call today at 814-225-3328.
Are you looking for a great place to relax and enjoy the fresh mountain air of the Susquehannock state forest in the Allegheny Mountains, then the Potter County Campground is the place for you. Your outdoor adventure starts at the Potter County Campground with family and friends. The Potter County Campground can accommodate all your camping needs. Whether you camp in a tent, RV, or one of their camping cabins, they have a camping experience for you. Open year-round, the 44-acre Potter County Campground is located in the heart of Potter County, God's country. Check them out online at pottercountycamping.com.
Here out of the Rixford Well Bar and Grill media timeout. Rixford Well Bar and Grill in Rixford, PA. Like them on Facebook at Rixford Well. They've got Tuesday and Wednesday wings, Friday fish. Otto-Eldred ball outside of that Rixford Bar and Well media timeout. Having trouble getting it in here is Splain. Finally, he finds his brother Max. Back to Manning. Manning three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebounded. And then another touch foul by Jamie Evans called.
Well, I tell you what, I was watching Coach Herzing, in the timeout. He was really on his guys about getting in position for rebounds. You saw that right there. It was a bit of a touch foul. I mean, a little bit of contact from Caldwell, but, I could see the emphasis they had on. They were all in position for that rebound, Chris.
Here's Kilpack with it. Kilpack inside the Sorg. Sorg triple teamed in there. Sorg now is going to drive. He's going to get it back to Kilpack. Now back to Piano Bianco. Now to Benninger.
Look at that patient way offense. Swing it on side the other. Backdoor cuts, screens, pop out, swing it to the other side.
Union had an early 7-2 lead. I don't know when that score came in, but.
Oh, Union had a 7-2 lead. Yeah. Wonder if DuBois was pressuring them.
Here's a jumper by Sorg and another nice shot. He's got 10 of the 16.
Boy, I tell you what, Chris, I'm really, really impressed with him so far. He has a really nice shot off the dribble.
Manning Splain gets it across the timeline, hands it off to Austin Cousins. Now to Thomas. Thomas to Manning Splain, back to Thomas. Thomas to Manning Splain. Manning Splain drives in. Manning Splain, little runner in the lane. It falls.
Manning Splain.
His first bucket of the night.
I'm telling you, I'm really wondering if Otto-Eldred is going to settle into the Ridgway style here, Chris, or if they're going to want to get out and run.
I think a lot of this right now has to do with Francis being on the bench.
Okay. Yeah, I thought about that. That's exactly right. That's a good call.
They're not. They don't have a true point guard out on the court right now, so I think they'd much rather keep it slow.
It down.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Pinabianco with it. Pinabianco hands it off to Sorg. Sorg flips it to Kilpack. Now to Benninger. Benninger drives it in. Benninger to Pinabianco, and now we're going to get a foul.
Was that on Cousins, Chris, I think?
It is on Austin Cousins, his first. Gustafson will check back in. Kilpack will check out here on a Team Menard substitution.
Well, I tell you what, Ridgway does a really, really nice job, Chris, when they get the ball.
Sorg high off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Caldwell. He finds Thomas, who will now hand it to Manning Splain.
They do a nice job, Ridgway does. Backdoor cuts all the time. They're very, very alert.
We're going to get a timeout here, Jess. We're going to take it with them. We're going to find out if it's
a 30-second timeout.
It is a 30-second timeout. We're going to take that timeout with them.
Ladies and gentlemen, District 9 Championship.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Out of this Rixford Well Bar and Grill timeout. Otto-Eldred with 1:31 to play here in the Jim Coast Sales and Service second quarter. They lead by 6, 22-16, and now they've brought Landon Francis back in the game here.
And I'm not really questioning that call, Chris, but I'm wondering, a minute 31 in.
Could it be one of those situations where they maybe will hold for the last shot here, Jess?
It seems to be. I mean, they're just passing it back and forth between Splain and Francis out on top. And he's holding it. That's exactly it.
Basically like, okay, we'll back it off. And this is why you need a shot clock.
I remember a couple of years ago, Cal German, I think his junior year, Ridgway sat for the last minute and a half and sat just like this and held the ball and held the ball and held the ball. And Clarion was willing. It was a very, very close game. Ridgway ended up winning. I think that was that the semi game, Chris, or was that the district championship?
That was the district championship game. So interesting decision by Otto with the 6-point lead, but at the same point in time, you're up 6.
I don't question this call. I mean, I really don't. I mean, they're
now Ridgway with about a half a minute to go decides they're going to come out a little bit more and force Otto to at least play with the basketball. Maybe see if they can get him to turn it over here. It was a dangerous pass.
That was a dangerous pass.
12 seconds to go. Here's Thomas with it. He gives it back to Francis, now to Cousins. Back to Francis with 6. Back to Cousins. Cousins, long three-pointer. No good. Caldwell, the rebound, and the putback with 0.3 of a second to go.
Well, I tell you what, Chris, that's what we talked about earlier. His rebounding ability. Ridgway had position on Caldwell, and they couldn't do anything. He still got the rebound, got the putback, and it counted.
That'll do it for the first half. 8-point lead for Otto-Eldred, 24-16. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Taylor and Armstrong Contracting in Eldred.
Want to jazz up your house or camp but don't have the time or knowledge? Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting in Eldred is right for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can do whatever you need, from framing, siding, windows, roofing, plumbing, and electrical. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can also remodel your kitchen, bathroom, or laundry room, or give you a new floor plan just for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting is a family-owned business that is here to put a smile on your face. Call for an estimate at 814-558-6915 and like them on Facebook. The Otto-Eldred Sports Boosters want to wish the Terrors good luck in their game. We are proud of the season you are having and have had, and know the hard work you've put in. Go Terrors! Are you a small or medium-sized business looking for IT services in Northwest Pennsylvania and Western New York? Then you want Omnis Technology. Since 2002, Omnis Technology is providing IT services to small and medium-sized businesses. As your trusted technology advisor, we help you navigate the constantly evolving technology landscape. Our goal is to safeguard your data and make sure your technology is supporting you in reaching your goals. We want to save you money and frustration with your business's technology. Find out more at omnistech.com. That's OMNIS tech.com. If you've got the munchies, then Munchies in Eldred hits the spot. From sandwiches and wraps to steaks and pasta and everything in between, Munchies on Main Street is the place to be. Try one of their scrumptious calzones or deli subs, or order a pizza today. Takeout is available. Munchies always serves a delicious meal with a hometown twist and is open 7 days a week except for holidays. Call Munchies today at 814-225-4990 and like them on Facebook.
Back here at Tip and Jim at Penn West Clarion, we do have the scoreboard out fixed now, Jeff. We didn't have that working in the first half. It is fixed now. I do apologize to people for that, but we do have that working now. It's time for the Potter County Family Campground halftime show. At the Potter County Family Campground, your outdoor adventure starts here with family and friends. They can accommodate your camping needs, whether you camp in a tent, RV, or one of their camping cabins. They have a camping experience for you, open year-round and located in the heart of Potter County, God's country. Check them out online at PotterCountyCamping.com. It's time for the Rehab Center statistics with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. Check them out online at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling, R-E at the end. For Otto-Eldred, Brax Caldwell has 10. Checking in with 6 is Sheen Thomas. 3 each for Austin Cousins and Landon Francis, and 2 for Manning Splain. For Ridgway, Aaron Sork has 10 of their 16. 2 points each for Eric Panabianco, Jack Benninger, and Alex Merritt.
I tell you what, Chris, I'm thinking about what I would be telling my team if I was Ridgway, what I'm telling my team if I'm Otto in the right now in the locker room. defensively, Ridgway's got to do a better job on the glass. I tell you what, Brax Caldwell is having a field day down low for Otto-Eldred. He has 10 of the 24 points. Half of those are on putbacks. You're looking at what to do offensively if you are Ridgway. And I tell you what, you got to get that ball to Sorg. He's having a game. He's cutting back doors, getting layups. He's dribbling. He has a really, really nice shot off the dribble. I got to get him the basketball. And I'll tell you what, Chris, right now, you're up 8, you're Otto-Eldred, and you haven't got Francis really involved in your offense. Those 2 fouls hurt him early. They hurt Otto. It kind of limited what they wanted to do. But if you can get him involved in the second half, they are going to really, really soar more than what they are right now as far as an 8-point lead at halftime.
Jess, we're going to step aside here. When we come back, we'll have Jess's thoughts on making adjustments at halftime. You're watching the high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Taylor and Armstrong Contracting.
Headquartered in Bradford, Pennsylvania, B&T Building Services is a family-owned business that specializes in commercial and industrial facility maintenance. B&T Building Services can provide you with trained team members and technicians who provide essential services to promote healthy, safe, and clean environments. Our primary services include routine cleaning and concrete coatings for commercial and industrial facilities. Give us a call today at 814-368-7199.
Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center is Western PA in Western New York's #1 destination for Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Simplicity, Coyote tractors, and Echo Power equipment. Visit them on the web at jimcoastsales.com. That's JIMCOAST sales.com. Like them on Facebook or call them at 814-817-6565. That's 814-817-6565. That's Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closeslumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973. Located at 1 South Main Street in Eldred, Taylor and Armstrong Contracting has great people who will do a fantastic job paving and sealing driveways. We do paving and sealing of driveways as well as parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give us a call today at 814-225-3328.
At Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, we believe banking should be the way it has been since we first opened our doors over 150 years ago. That means a focus on old-fashioned customer service with a friendly smile by people who know you by name. At Hamlin Bank and Trust, we offer a variety of financial and trust services to help you on a personal and professional level. Check us out online at hamlinbank.com or stop in at one of our locations in Smethport, Mount Jewett, Kane, Bradford, Eldred, or Olean, New York. Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, the bank that takes care of its customers.
Hamlin Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Back here at halftime of this high school basketball game on the YDL Sports Network, brought to you by Taylor and Armstrong Contracting. It's time for Jess's All-American Awards and Engraving Coaches halftime chalkboard. All-American Awards and Engraving will put almost anything on almost everything. All-American HQ.
Chris, I'm telling you, if I'm Ridgway right now, I think I come out back to that man-to-man full court pressure. I want to trap them. I want to even trap them in the half court pressure. Try to create as much chaos as you possibly can. Havoc, chaos, turn them over, then come down, get the ball to Sorg. Chris, he's having a game. Now, if I'm Otto, I want to run. You got Francis. I know he's got the 2 fouls, but now we're starting in the second half. Get him the ball and get out and run. Run. You've got Thomas to run. You've got Caldwell to run. They can help you on the boards if you miss. But get back to what you do. I know you have an 8-point lead, but get back to what you do and see if you can stretch this lead from 8 to 10 to 12, something like that.
It'll be an interesting second half. We're going to step aside one more time before the start of the second half. Got a few more auto sponsors to thank. Great support from the Otto-Eldred community tonight, and thank all of them. And we'll be right back on Taylor and Armstrong High School Basketball on the YDL Sports Network. Want to jazz up your house or camp but don't have the time or knowledge? Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting at Eldred is right for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can do whatever you need, from framing, siding, windows, roofing, plumbing, and electrical. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can also remodel your kitchen, bathroom, or laundry room, or give you a new floor plan just for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting is a family-owned business that is here to put a smile on your face. Call for an estimate at 814-558-6915 and like them on Facebook. The Otto-Eldred Sports Boosters want to wish the Terrors good luck in their game. We are proud of the season you are having and have had, and know the hard work you've put in. Go Terrors! Are you a small or medium-sized business looking for IT services in Northwest Pennsylvania and Western New York? Then you want Omnis Technology. Since 2002, Omnis Technology is providing IT services to small and medium-sized businesses. As your trusted technology advisor, we help you navigate the constantly evolving technology landscape. Our goal is to safeguard your data and make sure your technology is supporting you in reaching your goals. We want to save you money and frustration with your business's technology. Find out more at omnistech.com. That's OMNIS tech.com. If you've got the munchies, then Munchies and Eldred hits the spot. From sandwiches and wraps to steaks and pasta and everything in between, Munchies on Main Street is the place to be. Try one of their scrumptious calzones or deli subs, or order a pizza today. Takeout is available. Munchies always serves a delicious meal with a hometown twist and is open 7 days a week except for holidays. Call Munchies today at 814-225-4990 and like them on Facebook.
Back here at Tip and Jim as we get ready for second half action with Otto-Eldred leading Ridgway 24-16. Third quarter brought to you by Hunter Station Golf Club just south of Tonesta, opening on March 31st, weather permitting. HunterStation.com. So in the second half here, it'll be Ridgway basketball on the Pizza Hut possession arrow.
Ridgway will have the ball to start second quarter, second half.
It'll be Panabianco, Sorg, Merritt, Bettinger, and Gustafson on the Team Meinhard. Lineups for Ridgway. Cousins out there with Thomas, Splain, Manning Splain, Francis, and Caldwell on the Team Meinhard. Starting lineups for Otto-Eldred, teammeinhard.com.
I tell you what, I know Ridgway loves to be patient and everything. You're down 8. Otto is sitting down. As long as they're protecting the paint, they're okay.
With the basketball is Panabianco. Hands it off now to Bettinger. Bettinger inside, finds Merritt. Merritt layup, no good. Gets his own rebound, though. His putback will go in.
I'm telling you, Chris, that had to be something, that they really, really wanted to focus on at halftime was rebounding, because I tell you what, he did a really, really nice job there, Merritt did.
Thomas with the basketball. He'll hand it off to Francis. Just underway here in the third quarter on Taylor and Armstrong High School basketball on the YDL Sports Network. Three-pointer put up in the air by Manning Splain. You can put it in the bank, the Hamlin Bank. Three-pointer from Manning Splain.
And you could see he was eyeing that up. He knew as soon as he was catching that ball, he was catching it and shooting it. Boy, he had all the confidence in the world.
Bettinger with it. Bettinger turns, gives it to Panabianco. Panabianco picked up quickly by Thomas. Now pulls it back out, gives it back to Bettinger. It's getting close to the point where Ridgway can't be as patient as it wants. Still right now only a 9-point game, though.
Now,
Gustafson inside to Merritt. Merritt is working inside. Merritt looked like he walked. Nothing called, but it doesn't matter as Francis steals the basketball. And then Francis finds Cousins now. Caldwell fights for it. Caldwell has it, gets it. Now it's flipped over to Francis. Now to Splain. Manning Splain gives it to Caldwell. Caldwell up and in.
Chris, look at the defense that Otto is playing right now. They're playing a 1-3-1 defense. Wait, okay, they maybe just changed right now, but they were playing a 1-3-1.
Benninger passes it into the feet of one of the Auto players. There'll be a kick called, so it'll remain basketball to Ridgway.
Now they're coming out man to man.
Jumper no good. Rebound. Oh, nice there by Sorg. He lays it up and in.
And I'm telling you, there's a timeout by Ridgway, Chris.
Timeout Ridgway, 30 seconds.
We will take it with them. You're watching high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network. Want to jazz up your house or camp but don't have the time or knowledge? Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting at Eldred is right for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can do whatever you need, from framing, siding, windows, roofing, plumbing, and electrical. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can also remodel your kitchen, bathroom, or laundry room, or give you a new floor plan just for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting is a family-owned business that is here to put a smile on your face. Call for an estimate at 814-558-6915 and like them on Facebook. Of the Rixford Well Bar and Grill in Rixford, PA timeout.
And here we go, Chris. Ridgway with that full court pressure. Looking to trap right away.
Francis gets it to Splain. Splain back to Francis. Francis will get it to Splain and they get it across the timeline. And now the ball is almost taken away. And now we're going to get a tie ball on the Pizza Hut possession arrow. It is Otto-Eldred basketball. Nobody out. Pizza Hut. PizzaHut.com. Pizza Hut right here in Clarion. Pizza Hut in St. Mary's as well.
And I'm telling you what, Chris, that's exactly what Ridgway wants to be. Ridgway, you got to pressure, you got to trap, you got to go all out on defense.
Now Francis with it. Francis gives it off to Splain. Splain gives it to Cousins. We saw them have some issues when DuBois Central got physical with them, that game we did earlier in the year, Otto, that is, in the fourth quarter. Now, they didn't have Austin Cousins. Now we're going to get a bump here by Ridgway.
You know what, Chris, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Clear back in the pregame was, Otto-Eldred, they don't want this kind of game. They don't want to slow it down. They want to get out and run, shoot threes, score in transition, get turnovers, and keep moving.
Foul was on Gustafson, his second. Here's a three-pointer by Splain. No good. Thomas there for the rebound. Can't get the putback to go. Sorg with the board.
I tell you what, Sorg is everywhere right now for Ridgway, isn't he, Chris? Holy cow.
But the ball is Gustafson to Panabianco. Inside to Merritt. Merritt is going to get fouled. I feel he kind of got bailed out there a little bit by Otto-Eldred. He was in trouble, and Otto fouled him.
He was in trouble, and they kept leaning. When he leaned, they got closer, and created the contact.
Time for immediate timeout. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching Taylor and Armstrong Contracting, high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network. Are you a small or medium-sized business looking for IT services in Northwest Pennsylvania and Western New York? Then you want Omnis Technology. Since 2002, Omnis Technology is providing IT services to small and medium-sized businesses. As your trusted technology advisor, we help you navigate the constantly evolving technology landscape. Our goal is to safeguard your data and make sure your technology is supporting you in reaching your goals. We want to save you money and frustration with your business's technology. Find out more at omnistech.com. That's OMNIS tech.com. Want to jazz up your house or camp but don't have the time or knowledge? Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting at Eldred is right for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can do whatever you need, from framing, siding, windows, roofing, plumbing, and electrical. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can also remodel your kitchen, bathroom, or laundry room, or give you a new floor plan just for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting is a family-owned business that is here to put a smile on your face. Call for an estimate at 814-558-6915 and like them on Facebook. Here after that, Rixford Well Bar and Grill media timeout. Rixford Bar and Grill in Rixford, PA. Wings on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Fish on Fridays at the Rixford Well Bar and Grill. And Merritt will go to the line to shoot two. They called him Benninger on the PA system, but it's definitely Merritt at the line, and he hits the first one. He'll get a second one at the Tennessee Builder Supply free throw line. That shot is up. That shot is good. And now Merritt will check out, and checking in for the first time is Alex DeValence. Hope I got that pronounced right. I did go down and get it earlier, but
There it is. Turnover,
there's
Chris.
the turnover and the layup.
And that's exactly what Ridgway, I would said it at halftime, what I would be doing if I was Ridgway. Full court, trap.
6-0 run for the Elkers. They were down by 11, now down by 6.
And stay with it. Stay with that trap, Ridgway.
Find Cousins. Cousins for the 3, no good. Rebounded, though, by Splain. That's Manning, and now he's going to get held from behind.
I tell you what, I'm really liking the effort that they've come out, the energy that they have on defense right now, Ridgway. Seems like a very, very typical Ridgway team, Chris.
That's on Gustafson. That's his 3rd. So he'll have to take a seat and Merritt right back into the game.
Foul shot number 2, Alex DeVance. His first.
They're saying on the PA, Devance they called it on. Thought they called it on 3. I thought that was what we were showing. Now Thomas can't get that pass. Ball's kicked out. Here comes Sorg on a break. Cousins didn't play that real well, and Sorg's going to lay it up and in.
Aaron Sorg.
What is it, Chris? 8-0 run right now,
It
Ridgway?
8-0 for the Elkers. Across the timeline, here's Splain. Splain gives it to Cousins. Cousins to Francis.
They've got to get away, Chris, to get Francis involved in their offense.
Francis kicks it to Splain. Splain looks to attack, and he's going to get fouled. They're going to say it's on the floor. Looked like he was going to try to pass that back. I think what they need to start doing, Jess, they need to start attacking the rim. Right now, they are settling for three-pointers a lot.
That seems to be their attack right now, and they can't. Right now, they got to attack the rim. They got to use Thomas and Caldwell, absolutely.
Francis gets it into Cousins, who's going to give it back to Francis.
Ridgway has done a really, really nice job limiting his opportunities, Chris.
Francis turns. Francis, three-pointer in the way by Splain. He barely got
again,
rim.
Chris.
And again, that has become Otto's offense right now. They've got to stop just settling for the three-pointer. Yes, it's there. They want you to take it. Ridgway does. They're daring you to take it right now.
They really are. They've packed the paint. Anytime that Francis tries to drive, they've got 2 guys on him, and they pack the paint because they know he is such a good passer because he's going to find Thomas. He's going to find Caldwell. But right now they're packing the paint and daring you to take that three-point shot.
Benninger hands it off to Sorg. Ridgway wants to be patient now that it's back to a three-point game. Sorg dishes it back to Panamianco. They look like twins out there.
They do look like twins.
Here's Sorg again. Sorg will hand it back to Benninger. Benninger into the lane, gives it back to Panamianco. Panamianco thought about the 3, doesn't take it, gives it back to Benninger. Minute 45 to play. Otto looks to be in a 1-1-3 almost there. Well, 1-2-2, I guess. Or are they in a man, Jess? I can't really tell.
I can't either, but they're right there. Francis did a really nice job. Chrissy got it to tip. Ended up getting the steal. Let's see if they can turn this into points.
Francis almost lost the basketball, picks it back up. Now he's double teamed. He's in trouble, and now we're going to get a timeout called by
Coach Francis?
Yeah, let's see what it is. Is it going to be a full or a 30? It's going to be a 30.
30 seconds timeout.
We'll take it with them. You're watching high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network.
Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center is Western PA in Western New York's #1 destination for Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Simplicity, Coyote Tractors, and Echo Power Equipment. Visit them on the web at jimcoastsales.com. That's JIMCOAST sales.com. Like them on Facebook or call them at 814-817-6565. That's 814-817-6565. That's Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center.
Back here after the Rixford Well Bar and Grill timeout. Rixford Well Bar and Grill has wings on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, fish fries on Fridays in Rixford, PA.
Here we go, Chris. Let's see what Otto can do to get Francis involved. Setting the screen up. We'll look at that defense by Ridgway.
Francis gives it off to Thomas. Thomas will hand it back to Francis. Francis back into Thomas. Thomas, tough shot, airballed it. Rebounded by Sorg. He hands it to Benninger.
I tell you what, Chris, Sorg is just having a game, is he not? That young man has single-handedly kept Ridgway in this game. What an effort. Team defense, definitely, but I tell you what, Sorg is really, really playing well for the Elkers.
Wow, Francis just got pushed over. Nothing called down there. I guess they thought he flopped. I don't know.
Boy, I didn't see it. You know what? My camera went black, Chris. I didn't even see it. I know Coach Francis is very upset that there was no call made.
I think he may have tried to draw something. Now they're going to get him with his third. That's a tough call.
Ooh, Chris, I don't know. Coach Francis is very, very upset right now.
That's a tough call.
And that's his third.
That is his third with 18.3 to go. I think I might have taken him out for the rest of the quarter, Jess, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're up 3. You don't want to take a chance. Even if he's going for a loose ball and they just literally call a foul on him that's not his fault. Ooh, that'd be tough.
Here's Sorg to tie the game. No good. Rebounded by Thomas. And the third quarter comes to an end with Otto-Eldred leading Ridgway 29-26. You're watching Taylor and Armstrong Contracting High School Basketball on the YDL Sports Network. If you've got the munchies, then Munchies and Eldred hits the spot. From sandwiches and wraps to steaks and pasta and everything in between, Munchies on Main Street is the place to be. Try one of their scrumptious calzones or deli subs or order a pizza today. Takeout is available. Munchies always serves a delicious meal with a hometown twist and is open 7 days a week except for holidays. Call Munchies today at 814-225-4990 and like them on Facebook. The Otto-Eldred Sports Boosters want to wish the Terrors good luck in their game. We are proud of the season you are having and have had and know the hard work you've put in. Go Terrors!
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Back here after that Richard Well Bar and Grill quarter break, it'll be, I believe, Ridgway ball coming out here on the Pizza Hut possession arrow. Otto-Eldred hasn't been to a District 9 championship game since 1997. They've never won one as Otto-Eldred. They won championships in 44 and 45 as Otto Township.
Wow, I tell you what.
So,
Chris,
you know, when it's been that long, Jess, it's never going to be easy.
it's never going to be easy.
And now we're going to get a
Oh,
walk
travel.
called on.
I think that was on Sorg, wasn't it?
It was. Hey,
Okay.
don't walk here. Travel to Warren County Visitor Bureau, WCVB.net. Full court press. Panabianco all over Francis there. Francis gives it to Manning Splain. Manning Splain's going to dribble it across the timeline. Gives it to Francis. Francis to Caldwell. Caldwell now to Manning Splain. Manning Splain dribbles it in. Picked up. Goes back out to Francis. Francis gives it off to Cousins. Ridgway's got this game right where they wanted it. 29-26, trailing by 3. But it is being played at their pace.
It really is, Chris. And that's the difference in the ballgame right now. For Ridgway, even though that they're down, this is exactly where they want it to be.
Otto had its chance to speed them up when they were up 11 there in the third quarter and couldn't do it.
No, they couldn't.
There's Francis with it. Francis doubling. Francis puts it up. Francis gets it to go.
And that's what we're talking about, Chris. I've said it time and time again. Otto has to get him involved in their offense. He's got to start taking some shots. Now the crowd for Otto-Eldred is starting to come alive. A little bit of a student section they have over there chanting defense right now. Ridgway, nice and patient on their offense. They really, really want Ridgway. I tell you what, Otto-Eldred is packing the paint. They really want Ridgway to take that 3. They are so disciplined there, Ridgway. They won't take it, Chris.
Just
Yes.
nothing. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Boy, it's really, really getting physical down in there with Sorg and Splain.
With the ball, Gustafson hands it off to Panabianco. Panabianco gets it off to Benninger.
I'm really trying to get it into Sorg, Chris.
Thomas picks him up. Benninger Gives it out. Now it gets to Gustafson. Now back to Sorg. Sorg wants to drive. Sorg, turnaround, jumper. Oh, what a sweet move.
I told you. They want it. That's their offense right now. They got to find an answer for them if you're Otto, and they aren't finding it right now, Chris.
I have too many points in my book right now, Jess. That's what I was looking at. Here's a three-pointer by Splain. He airballs it. Oh, what a save by Francis to Thomas for the bucket.
I tell you what, and that's the way he's got to get involved somehow. He's got to help his team. He's been the spark all year long, and he's been kind of absent because of those fouls, Chris, and he just found a way to get his team 2 points. What an effort right there by that young man, Francis.
Okay, I think I figured it out, Jess. I misadded the second quarter.
Oh, okay.
Not that anybody out there cares but me. Here's a three-pointer by Sorg. Oh, he's on fire.
And a timeout, Chris. Full timeout. Full timeout.
We're going to take it with him. You're watching high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network.
Headquartered in Bradford, Pennsylvania, B&T Building Services is a family-owned business that specializes in commercial and industrial facility maintenance. B&T Building Services can provide you with trained team members and technicians who provide essential services to promote healthy, safe, and clean environments. Our primary services include routine cleaning and concrete coatings for commercial and industrial facilities. Give us a call today at 814-368-7199.
Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center is Western PA in Western New York's #1 destination for Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Simplicity, Coyote tractors, and Echo Power equipment. Visit them on the web at jimcoastsales.com. That's JIMCOAST sales.com. Like them on Facebook or call them at 814-817-6565. That's 814-817-6565. That's Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center.
Back here out of the Richford Well Bar and Grill timeout, Aaron Sorg by himself, keeping Ridgway in this game. He's got 19 points for the Elkers out of the 31. He just hit a three, a Hamlin Bank three. Prior to that, Richford Well Bar and Grill timeout.
And here they're staying with it, Chris. This is one of the things we talked about. At halftime, they need to come out and just create chaos, create that havoc. Get Otto-Eldred off their game, and they have in this second half.
Francis across the timeline. Francis hands it off to Manning Splain. Manning Splain drives. Manning Splain finds Thomas. Thomas going to take the jumper. Good. Sheen Thomas is coming up big in this one for the Terrors. He now has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points. Here's Sorg, though. Sorg turns it around. Sorg will hand it back to Benninger.
Chris, you were talking earlier that they got to start tacking the rim. They got to start doing it with Caldwell and Thomas. That was a very nice shot right there by Sheen Thomas.
Bianco hands it to Benninger. Benninger gives it off to Sorg. Aaron Sorg now to Bianco, now to Benninger. Benninger to Gustafson. Gustafson hands it off to Bianco, now to Benninger. Next dead ball should be immediate timeout. With the basketball is Gustafson. Gustafson finds Benninger. Benninger picked up by Splain. Benninger around everybody. No good. Rebounded by Caldwell.
I tell you what, right there. They put Thomas now on Sorg, Chris, and that he was not able to get open on that possession.
Splain looking. Finally finds Francis with 3:39 to play. Francis to Thomas. Thomas back to Francis. How patient can Otto be? They might not feel comfortable being patient, but they need to be patient now, Jess. They got themselves into a Ridgway-style game, which means you've got to play that style now.
Well, the difference what we saw.
And now we're going to get a foul here.
That was a reach.
That will take us into the media timeout. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching Taylor and Armstrong Contracting High School Basketball on the YDL Sports Network.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973.
At Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, we believe banking should be the way it has been since we first opened our doors over 150 years ago. That means a focus on old-fashioned customer service with a friendly smile by people who know you by name. At Hamlin Bank and Trust, we offer a variety of financial and trust services to help you on a personal and professional level. Check us out online at hamlinbank.com or stop in at one of our locations in Smethport, Mount Jewett, Kane, Bradford, Eldred, or Olean, New York. Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, the bank that takes care of its customers.
Hamlin Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Back here out of that Richard Well Bar and Grill. Immediate timeout. Otto-Eldred basketball up 4, 3:17 to play. Trip to the District 9 2A title game at stake here for the Terrors and the Elkers.
I tell you what, Ridgway right now is settling down. Right now they're coming out the trap.
And now we're going to get a
Yes.
timeout called by the Otto-Eldred Terrors. We're going to take it with them. It's a full timeout. You're watching Taylor and Armstrong Contracting High School Basketball on the YDL Sports Network.
Located at 1 South Main Street in Eldred, Taylor and Armstrong Contracting has great people who will do a fantastic job paving and sealing driveways. We do paving and sealing of driveways as well as parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give us a call today at 814-225-3328.
Are you looking for a great place to relax and enjoy the fresh mountain air of the Susquehannock State Forest in the Allegheny Mountains? Then the Potter County Campground is the place for you. Your outdoor adventure starts at the Potter County Campground with family and friends. The Potter County Campground can accommodate all your camping needs. Whether you camp in a tent, RV, or one of their camping cabins, they have a camping experience for you. Open year-round, the 44-acre Potter County Campground is located in the heart of Potter County, God's country. Check them out online at pottercountycamping.com.
Here at Tippin Gym, Richard Well Bar and Grill. Timeout is over. It'll be Otto-Eldred basketball with 3:03 to play. Terrors by 4. The possession arrow is in favor of Otto-Eldred. Plenty of timeouts both ways still, Jess.
Plenty of timeouts both ways, Chris. And right now, Otto needs to be able to control the basketball, but get a good shot off. Don't settle for that 3, Chris.
Francis gets himself trapped on the baseline, finds Thomas though. Thomas gets it back to Francis. Francis is going to get fouled. Now Ridgway's got to start fouling because they need to figure that it's going to turn into a free throw game at some point here. If they don't, that's the second on Sword. Team foul number 5 on Ridgway.
And it really is. I don't think, that's a good foul because, Sword or Francis isn't going to the line, but that's not the kid you want to put at the line, Chris.
Francis, now it's into Cousins' hand. Cousins will skip it across the court to Francis. Francis displaying. This is what you do all that work in the summer for, Jess, for both of these teams.
That's right. And it's coming down to the trip to the finals right here.
And now a foul, a tough one over there on Panabianco. Ridgway, I mean, it was there. It could have gone either way, but it goes as a foul with 2:24 to play. That's number 6 on them, and tougher inbounds place though from underneath the basket, Jess.
From underneath, it's tough. You're going to get the ball out. If you're Otto, you want to keep the ball on the perimeter, get fouled again.
Who just got it into Cousins.
That
was a dangerous one. Gets it into the hands of Francis now. Francis double team. Francis turning, looking. Finally finds Splain, who gets it to Cousins. Now they got 2 guys in the same place, but Splain has it. Splain will get it back to Francis, now to Cousins.
And I apologize on the camera work, Chris. I'm trying to follow that ball.
Here's Cousins again. Cousins back to Francis. Francis with 1:50 to play. Francis has it stolen. Here comes Gustafson. Gustafson one-on-one. He has to pull it back, and now we're going to get a timeout called by Ridgway with 1:43 left.
Well, I tell you what, I was looking at Coach Francis. He wanted it. Wanted a foul, didn't get it.
We're going to take this timeout with him. You're watching Taylor and Armstrong High School Basketball on the YDL Sports Network.
Are you a small or medium-sized business looking for IT services in Northwest Pennsylvania and Western New York? Then you want Omnis Technology. Since 2002, Omnis Technology is providing IT services to small and medium-sized businesses. As your trusted technology advisor, we help you navigate the constantly evolving technology landscape. Our goal is to safeguard your data and make sure your technology is supporting you in reaching your goals. We want to save you money and frustration with your business's technology. Find out more at omnistech.com. That's OMNIS tech.com. Want to jazz up your house or camp but don't have the time or knowledge? Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting at Eldred is right for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can do whatever you need, from framing, siding, windows, roofing, plumbing, and electrical. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can also remodel your kitchen, bathroom, or laundry room, or give you a new floor plan just for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting is a family-owned business that is here to put a smile on your face. Call for an estimate at 814-558-6915 and like them on Facebook.
Back out of the Rixford Well Bar and Grill timeout.
I tell you what, the defense here, Chris, is huge.
Ridgway basketball trailing by 4 with 1:43 to go. They haven't scored since the Sorg 3 early in this quarter. Jess, it's been kind of a dry spell for Ridgway.
It has been, both teams have been very, very patient, but I'm telling you, Sorg with the ball. That's what Ridgway wants.
No good. Rebounded by Francis.
trap.
Francis gets it quickly to Splain. Splain to a wide open Caldwell. Caldwell fakes it by layup. It's a 6-point lead for Otto.
And now you got to come down and Sorg's got to do something. He's got to pull some magic out of a hat here, Chris. He's got to hit
Benninger
another
quickly
three.
the other way. Benninger looking. Finds Sorg. Sorg drives. Sorg. Contact. He's going to
Looks like
get
he's
the
going to the
foul
line.
on Caldwell as Caldwell was moving there a little bit. And so that'll send Aaron Sorg and his 19 points to the free throw line to shoot 2. This is what Ridgway needed. 3 points with no clock time running.
That's exactly right, Chris. Some people at home, if you're watching from Otto-Eldred, if you think that maybe that was a charge. Oh, and Sorg missed the first one, Chris.
Oh, that's big.
It was because Sorg got his head and shoulders past Caldwell, and then there was contact. That's why the foul was called on Caldwell.
Sorg's second shot is up. That's good. They're going to get a substitution in here. That'll allow them to set up their press. It's a 5-point game with 1:08 to go. Otto-Eldred looking for its first trip to the finals since 1997. Ridgway looking for a chance to defend its championship from a year ago.
Boy, now they want to.
And now there's the foul over there with exactly 1 minute to go. And now sending to the line is Austin Cousins for a 1-and-1 for Otto-Eldred. It's on Eric Panabianco, his first foul. And now it's on the shoulders of the senior Austin Cousins.
He'll be shooting a 1-and-1.
How fitting would it be, Chris, coming after that ankle injury at DCC? He
Nothing
knocked
but
down
net
both.
that time.
Let's see if he can knock down both, Chris.
Cousins to shoot a second one here. Hits them
Got
both.
both.
Back to
Now they're in a full court man, Chris. Not really wanting Ridgway to get any shot off quickly.
here's Sorg. Sorg works on Francis. Francis picks him up. Merritt's going to chuck up a 3. Oh, my goodness!
He
hit the Hamlin bank.
Timeout, Ridgway.
Put it in a bank 3-pointer from Alex Merritt of all people.
Wow. 30-second timeout.
We'll keep it here, Jess.
Wow, that was a huge shot by Merritt. And Chris, he was kind of off balance. He was falling a little bit to the left. I didn't know how that, if that was going to fall or not. What a great shot by Merritt right there. And I tell you what, Sorg had Francis in the air. I thought he was going to maybe try to take it and get another foul on Francis, go to the line for 3. But I tell you what, Merritt coming up huge for the Elkers right there.
Of all the guys, if you were Otto, that you'd be okay probably taking it. Alex Merritt's
letting him
probably
shoot.
the guy, but Merritt says not so fast.
I am letting him shoot.
39-35. Officially 46.8 seconds to go.
What a great, great basketball game we have here, Chris. Ridgway in their full court man-to-man. They're going to look to trap if they can get a turnover quick.
And we're going to get a hold on Panabianco on Francis before the ball's even inbounded.
You know what? And that really doesn't hurt you. It's a hold. Nope. Time came off the clock. Now, the only bad thing is you're sending Francis to the line. He's a pretty good foul shooter, Chris.
So now the pressure's on the young sophomore, Landon Francis.
Landon Francis will be at the line.
He's stepping back. He's thinking about this one, Jess.
He'll be shooting a 101.
Visualizing it, steps to the line.
Bang. You know what? When you said that's exactly right. You said he's visualizing it. These guys have done this, Chris, since the time that they were little. And who's that?
Splain is going to check in for Brax Caldwell. So
I think that's more of a defensive type of thing, you know.
it does take a rebounder off the court for you, though.
It does.
Second shot is up. Second shot good.
Didn't need it, though. But what I was going to say is you visualize those things. When you're a little kid out in your driveway or wherever you're at shooting the ball, going to the line with the game on the line, you're going to
and now Ridgway loses it out of bounds.
And that's a killer, I think, right there, Chris.
And now Caldwell will check back in, and Max Splain will check out with 39.7 to go. 6-point lead for Otto-Eldred. Full court press by Ridgway. Gets it into Thomas. It was tipped, and now we're going to get a foul here quickly by Ridgway with 37.6 to play. And that's going to send.
Who's it going to send?
Is it sending Thomas?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Eric Gustafson, his third.
On the pass, when he was getting the ball to Francis, Chris, they got him on the arm.
So again, offense, defense. Caldwell comes out. Max Splain comes in. Sheen Thomas now going to the line.
And I tell you what, we've seen him at the line before, Chris. He's usually pretty good. I hope I didn't just jinx him there, Otto-Eldred.
Yep. It was short. Ridgway still has life. And now there's a good foul. What a good foul there. I think that was Manning Splain. He knows he's got all kinds of fouls to give, and he gave one to slow things down, Jess. That is high time.
That is a very, very smart foul. You're exactly right. I tell you what, because if they come down in transition and Sorg hits a three, or if you know, Merritt hits one again, you know, then they're right back in it.
Merritt's going to take one from way downtown. No good. Rebound is saved, and then we've got a timeout called by Ridgway. This is going to be, I believe, a full timeout. I think that's all he's got left is full. If it is, we're going to take it with him. You're watching Taylor and Armstrong Contracting High School Basketball. Don't go anywhere. 24.6 to go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
If you've got the munchies, then Munchies and Eldred hits the spot. From sandwiches and wraps to steaks and pasta and everything in between, Munchies on Main Street is the place to be. Try one of their scrumptious calzones or deli subs or order a pizza today. Takeout is available. Munchies always serves a delicious meal with a hometown twist and is open 7 days a week except for holidays. Call Munchies today at 814-225-4990 and like them on Facebook.
The Otto-Eldred Sports Boosters want to wish the Terrors good luck in their game. We are proud of the season you are having and have had, and know the hard work you've put in. Go Terrors!
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Back here out of the Richford Bar and Grill timeout. Ridgway trails by 6 with the basketball. Under 25 to play. Here's Benninger. Benninger's going to go to the rack. No good. Rebounded by Merritt with 18. And now we're going to get a foul called on Otto-Eldred with 16.8 to play. That is only team foul number 5, so they still have a foul to give.
I was just going to say, Chris, that's a smart foul too. It doesn't give him a shot. It doesn't give him anything.
Sorg has to chuck it up. No good. Rebounded by Benninger with 11 seconds. Down to 9. Long three-pointer by Gustafson's no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Otto-Eldred with 5.6 seconds is away from their first trip to a District 9 championship in 26 years.
I tell you what, Chris, I know that Ridgway really had to panic there and get some shots off they probably didn't want. But what a great job defensively that Otto-Eldred did in the last, 30 seconds here.
So Otto 5.6 away. They get the ball in to Francis. Francis dribbles it out. That's it. Otto-Eldred is headed to the District 9 title game for the first time since 1997. Final score, Otto-Eldred 41, Ridgway 35. There will be a new champion in District 9 in 2023, Class 2A. We'll be back after these messages to wrap up this one. Once again, Otto-Eldred heading to the District 9 championship game for the first time since 1997. Are you a small or medium-sized business looking for IT services in Northwest Pennsylvania and Western New York? Then you want Omnis Technology. Since 2002, Omnis Technology is providing IT services to small and medium-sized businesses. As your trusted technology advisor, we help you navigate the constantly evolving technology landscape. Our goal is to safeguard your data and make sure your technology is supporting you in reaching your goals. We want to save you money and frustration with your business's technology. Find out more at omnistech.com. That's OMNIS tech.com. Want to jazz up your house or camp but don't have the time or knowledge? Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting at Eldred is right for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can do whatever you need, from framing, siding, windows, roofing, plumbing, and electrical. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting can also remodel your kitchen, bathroom, or laundry room, or give you a new floor plan just for you. Jeremy's Jazzy Contracting is a family-owned business that is here to put a smile on your face. Call for an estimate at 814-558-6915 and like them on Facebook.
Located at 1 South Main Street in Eldred, Taylor and Armstrong Contracting has great people who will do a fantastic job paving and sealing driveways. We do paving and sealing of driveways as well as parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give us a call today at 814-225-3328.
Back here at Tippin Gym, where Otto-Eldred is headed to the District 9 championship game for the first time since 1997. They'll play the winner of Karn City versus Clarion Limestone coming up next. We will not have that game, folks. Another station does. Final score, 41-35. Taking a look at our Potter County Family Campground post-game show now. Potter County Family Campground is your outdoor adventures. They start here with family and friends. They can accommodate your camping needs, whether you camp in a tent, RV, or one of their camping cabins. They have a camping experience for you, open year-round and located in the heart of Potter County, God's country. Check them out online at pottercountycamping.com. Rehab Center statistics. Rehab Center with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. Check them out online at therehabcenter.com. Leading the way for Otto-Eldred was Brax Caldwell with 14. Sheen Thomas had 10. Manning Splain and Austin Cousins each checked in with 5. And Landon Francis with 7 points. For Ridgway with a game-high 20. Aaron Sorg, he did everything in his power to keep the Elkers' chances at a repeat alive. Just came up a little short. Checking in with 9 was Alex Merritt, 4 from Jack Benninger, and 2 from Eric Hanabianco. We're trying to get a interview here with an Otto-Eldred player, so if you want to stick with us here for a couple minutes, hopefully we'll have one here shortly. They went into the locker room to give a talk, and then hopefully Jess has been able to get out and get somebody. In the meantime, we'll thank some more of our sponsors. You've been watching high school basketball on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Taylor and Armstrong Contracting.
Headquartered in Bradford, Pennsylvania, B&T Building Services is a family-owned business that specializes in commercial and industrial facility maintenance. B&T Building Services can provide you with trained team members and technicians who provide essential services to promote healthy, safe, and clean environments. Our primary services include routine cleaning and concrete coatings for commercial and industrial facilities. Give us a call today at 814-368-7199.
Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center is Western PA in Western New York's #1 destination for Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Simplicity, Coyote Tractors, and Echo Power Equipment. Visit them on the web at jimcoastsales.com. That's JIMCOAST sales.com. Like them on Facebook or call them at 814-817-6565. That's 814-817-6565. That's Jim Coast Sales and Service in Duke Center.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closeslumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973. Located at 1 South Main Street in Eldred, Taylor and Armstrong Contracting has great people who will do a fantastic job paving and sealing driveways. We do paving and sealing of driveways as well as parking lots, and we also deliver gravel. Give us a call today at 814-225-3328.
At Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, we believe banking should be the way it has been since we first opened our doors over 150 years ago. That means a focus on old-fashioned customer service with a friendly smile by people who know you by name. At Hamlin Bank and Trust, we offer a variety of financial and trust services to help you on a personal and professional level. Check us out online at hamlinbank.com or stop in at one of our locations in Smethport, Mount Jewett, Kane, Bradford, Eldred, or Olean, New York. Hamlin Bank and Trust Company, the bank that takes care of its customers.
Hamlin Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Yeah, we're back here live with our Potter County Family Campground postgame show. It's time to name our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. You're going to look at him right here. Nobody wants to look at me, Jess. I want to look at Sheen Thomas there. Sheen is our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. 10 points for the Terrors. And Sheen, how does this feel right now?
It feels amazing, but we still got one more to get.
Been a long time since Otto-Eldred made a District 9 championship game, 1997. You guys got really close last year and came up short against Du Bois Central in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about any of that going into this week, or was it just focused on Ridgway?
We were pretty focused on Ridgway because we already got a revenge game against DCC. So we just came in here with confidence.
This game could have gone one of two ways. You could have played it up and down. You could have played it Ridgway style.
Yeah.
Ridgway got you to play their style, and you were able to beat them at their style. Is it a little sweeter that you were able to beat them at their style?
Yeah. We came into the game trying to speed them up, and because they're not used to it.
But they slowed you down. Now talk about your guys' ability to play in the half court, and how much did you practice doing what you had to do today?
We've been practicing this since off season. Like Derek always preaches it that we have to get press breaks to speed them up and get easy buckets.
And then defensively, it seemed like after Aaron Soar get that 3-pointer in the fourth quarter to get them back within 2, it seemed like they switched up and they put you on him. Talk about your ability to shut him down the rest of the way.
So I pretty much just had to face guard him and not let him go back door, not let him get an inch of breathing room to do anything.
And I thought really key was what you and Brax were able to do. They were able to shut down your main scorers in Landon and Austin and Manning, but you and Brax came up and combined for 24 of those 41 points. Talk about how you guys had your moment to shine and were able to come through.
Well, the guards honestly do all the work. They get us open, and all we have to do is catch it, run fast, and score. That's it.
Well, Sheen, congratulations and good luck on Saturday. I'm sure this is a lot of excitement for you right now.
Oh yeah.
That is Sheen Thomas, our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. Folks, that'll do it for us here from Tip and Jim. Once again, the final score, Otto-Eldred 41, Ridgway 35. The Terrors are headed to the District 9 championship game for the first time since 1997. For Jess Quinn, this is Chris Rossetti saying good night